Morning, Knicks Nation. Today is Thursday. It is the 7th day of November 2024. I hope you're safe and healthy today. I hope your family's safe and healthy, and I hope the needs of you and your family in terms of food, shelter, clothing, as well as health are being met today. Blessings upon those that work in the healthcare field, along with the first responders who every day are working together to try to save lives. Those also that pick up garbage to keep our streets and sidewalks and cities clean. And those that make deliveries for our convenience. Double blessings on the men and women out here trying to help rescue, deliver, and recover teenagers and children who are the victims of child molestation and pedophilia, victims of pornography and child pornography, prostitution, child prostitution, human trafficking, and sex slavery. Double curses on the perpetrators. Double curses on the profiteers and the perverts that create these industries. And finally, double blessings on the homeless. More than 600,000 men, women, children, families, veterans, senior citizens, homeless on the streets of the United States of America. And millions around the world in similar or worse conditions. Blessings upon them, for theirs is the kingdom. So last night there was a basketball game in Atlanta. The New York Knicks lost 121-116 to the Atlanta Hawks. This is the overall problem. And Thibs addressed it. We should listen to him. Thibs' style of coaching is there are three areas that are emphasized: defense, rebounding, and keeping your turnovers low. I've said multiple times, as he has, shooting is good, but don't emphasize shooting. Emphasize defense, rebounding, and low turnovers. With those three areas, if you can dominate, as Thibs has had the Knicks doing during his fifth season here, you're going to be in every game, and you're going to give yourself a chance to win. Last night, they were missing all three areas. Now, it's a very strange situation because of how it's structured. And let me explain very quickly why. Karl-Anthony Towns, Gato. Gato last night had 16 boards, 5 on the offensive end. He had 34 points. Okay? He had 3 turnovers. Okay, but he's not a primary ball handler. And so that's great, right? But the problem is he is not a rim protector. He never has been. A Thibs, when I say a rim protector, I'm not talking about like the objective, like what's a rim protector and what's not. I'm talking about what Thibs has as his centerpiece in his defense, the type of rim protector, which is Mitchell Robinson, for example, which was Nerlens Noel, for example. That's what he has to make his defenses go. He doesn't really, I don't want to say he don't care, but it's not an emphasis of being a stretch 5. It's an emphasis of being a rim protector. So while Gato is getting the rebounds, Gato is scoring, and obviously last night he shot 5 3-pointers, 5 of 9. That's great, but you're missing the rim protection. Okay. Now Mitchell Robinson's not going to be back until January, so we can't do anything about that. But also, Brunson only had 3 turnovers, but they were 3 big turnovers. And the reason he got them is because, all right, Thibs also wants you to get in the paint and spray the ball to the corners, okay? Brunson was getting in the paint, but he would get in there and throw the ball away. Can't do that. Can't do that. Not if they're going to be a chance to become what we believe they can be. Can't do that. Got to get in the paint and spray the ball or get the ball out the paint. And he kept picking up his dribble in the paint, and 3 times he threw the ball away, and 3 times it ended up being baskets on the other side. So that's another thing. Now, I believe in Jalen Brunson, as I know Tom Thibodeau does, as I know the whole Knicks organization does. So he is high IQ enough to figure out that he's forcing stuff. In the beginning of a game, he forces it, and then sometimes at the end, he forces it. And last night was no different. He kept forcing his game in the beginning, and what happened is it caused the Knicks were out of sync, and they were out of sync against Houston. Sometimes he can go off in the beginning, and he's going to set a tone, and it's great. But when he's not, it throws everything off because nobody else is really touching the rock, getting their touches and getting their shots up. Then last night at the close of the game, he was forcing it, and it caused the Knicks to be out of sorts. And one of the worst ones was Cat gets a deep corner three that was a rush three because Brunson didn't manage the clock properly for him. Okay, I'm being critical of a guy that's all NBA, all-star, and he knows what he's doing, so don't get me wrong. But that ended up in a bad shot by Cat that he had to force up, fast break the other way, dunk on the other side. That was a big swing in the game in the fourth quarter. So Thibs is this is the thing, let me tell you. He's going to have what he wants. Okay? He going to find it. It ain't about getting another player on the team. No. He's going to get what he wants. Now, right now, and this is another thing about him, he needs to trust you to play you. Okay? He played Kolek last night, 9 minutes. So it was just, and Kolek, great shooter, but he cannot guard his shadow. I'm sorry. Great shooter, but he cannot guard his shadow. Okay, and that's a problem. That's a big problem. And I'm telling you, he don't want to play him, but he has no choice because both Payne and Shamet are hurt. Okay, and they can't really bring somebody else in right now. They got to have those two guys come back. Okay, if you have at least one of them, you'll be all right. But the problem is they don't have either of them right now. Okay, so he's got to play Kolek. And the thing is, and some people are knucklehead enough to compare Kolek to John Stockton. John Stockton was all NBA defense 5 times. Kolek is not even all NBA end of the bench defense. So, but again, Thibs has no choice. He's got to play him. And he did. The boy could shoot. But again, the emphasis is on 3 important areas. Defense, rebounding, low turnovers. Okay? Deuce played 28 minutes last night, plus 13. Back to his normal self. Tight defense. 3-point shooting was excellent, But Thibs, and he went to close the game, he went back to his starters. The problem with Bridges and Anunoby, the glaring problem that was always there, but it wasn't emphasized because at the time we were thinking either Hartenstein or Mitchell Robinson was going to be in the middle, is neither of them can rebound. They're not rebounders. They're both elite defenders on the wing, but neither of them are rebounders. Okay, so they satisfy the defensive aspect. They also satisfy the low turnover aspect because both of them are very smart with the basketball, but they don't rebound. Okay. Then you got Josh Hart, who does rebound, but he averages like 8. He's averaging 9 boards a game. He got 8 last night. He generally gets 2 offensive boards. You can't expect him to be getting 14 and 15 and 16 rebounds every night. He's not going to do that. So what do you do? I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. Number one, all of you crying about Precious Achiuwa starting, stop. He's not going to. Okay? So let's get that out your head right now. And some of you, sometimes starting is important and sometimes it's not. In this case, it's not. What's important is how many minutes you get. For example, again, let's use Deuce. Deuce didn't start, but he played 28 minutes and he scored 16 points. That's important. He had 3 turnovers also, which was too much. But that's what you're talking about. He had 7 assists, 3 turnovers, really good assist to turnover ratio. But he played 28 minutes. So what I'm saying is Precious will play heavy minutes. He's not going to start. But don't be surprised if he closes games or if he plays heavy minutes during the course of a game like Deuce did. Because you'll get the rebounding from him. You'll get the defense from him. And that's what you want. And you could get some scoring too. And for his size, he's an excellent rim protector. So we'll get it there. Once we get Payne and Shamet back, I think we'll be all right. Because now you have 2 guards that can at least play NBA level defense And both of them can shoot pretty well. Shamet and Payne got their moments shooting. Shamet is obviously an excellent shooter, elite shooter. And Payne can shoot when he wants to too, especially in big moments. So I guess what I'm saying is we got to get these guys back healthy. Precious, Shamet, Payne. Okay? That's really the issue right now. They can't go get anybody. I know people in Knicks Nation, the overreactors are always, we got to go out and get. No, you don't. They can't. They got to maintain their salary the way they got it. Okay? Nice to get Matt Ryan, but he ain't a defender. That's why he ain't play. He ain't a defender. He's a shooter. Great. Okay? But rebounding, defense, low turnovers is what you need right now. And like I said, the way it is right now, the only thing that can improve right away is the low turnovers. There's no need for the Knicks to have 15 turnovers last night. There was no need for that. Okay? And like I said, the three that Brunson did were ridiculous. They were ridiculous. Okay? There was no need for that. Cat threw the ball away a couple times. Really, they could do better. They could do better. They could control that. Anunoby and Bridges going to continue to play the defense the way they play it, and they played the good defense. But the rebounding, you really going to need Cat to continue to do what he's doing, and you're going to need Josh Hart. That's all you're going to get right now until you get Precious back. Now, I'm hoping Precious, to me, I'm feeling like he's close to ready. Okay? So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw him Friday or Sunday. And that would be a welcome sight, especially on the rebounding aspect and the defensive aspect. We need him. Okay. As far as Shamet, again, I'm expecting him by Thanksgiving, hopefully, and Payne. Okay. The fact the way they structured the Ryan deal, and Begley said it, that they're really looking to sign Shamet. So I knew that already because of the way he plays with Deuce. If you could put him and Deuce together, that would be tremendous. Now, Brunson has got to be able to let everybody touch the rock, and he's got to be able to not force things and he just wants to win. That's all it is. He's trying to win. See, some people, somebody accuse Brunson of hero ball. Hero ball when a guy don't believe in his teammates and tries to score every time he gets the ball. That ain't Brunson. Brunson is a winner. He wants to win. And he's trying to win any kind of way he can. So that's why I'm very confident. As the season goes on, he'll be all right. Last night, he had 18 shots. Gato had 23 shots. Deuce had 9. Hart had 9. It was pretty good. I didn't know we had 13. And Bridges had 10. It was a pretty good distribution. It was the timing of the stuff, man, that really messed us up. The slow start for the Knicks was due to Brunson forcing stuff, and then the inability to close at the end of the game and keep Atlanta under control was again forcing stuff offensively that ended up being turnovers, untimely turnovers on the other end. So right now, we're hoping for Precious to get back soon. That's really what we need. If we get Precious back now, Sims, he played 10 minutes. This is the thing. I explained, somebody asked me, how come I'm not breaking on Sims? This is the thing. I'm real. And the problem with Knicks Nation that's, really complaining about Sims is this. This is the problem. The people complain to have an agenda. The agenda is they want Hoop Party to play the minutes that Sims is playing. That's your agenda. I'm telling you because I know that's what you're thinking. And I'm also telling you, which we said ad nauseum, Thibs ain't going to play Hoop Party that kind of minutes. He's a rookie. He's not ready. You may think so, but you ain't the coach. Sims is just getting his shot. Okay, he's not killing it. But he's got to hold it down till we can get back Precious. Period. And then Precious will take those minutes, then some. Okay? But then, of course, when Mitch Rob comes back, then we really set. But for now, y'all need to calm down. Sims ain't the problem. Sims ain't the problem. Okay? He's just holding it down for now. He only played 10 minutes last night. We do need Precious. We need him back badly. Okay? Not only that, Sims and Precious statistically just played very well together last year. Very, very well last year. So I really am hoping that that tandem comes back and Sims can contribute more. But all you making Sims out to be some sort of villain, y'all need to calm the freak down, man. For real. For real. He's just holding it down, doing the best he can. I find it disgusting that, at this time, y'all trying to break on him. Who party ain't playing? Get over that. Last night, I told you, DMPCD. He going to get a whole bunch of those. He's a rookie. If he going to get time, it's going to be in the G League. Him and Kolick. Kolick really needs it, though. The boy could shoot. There's no doubt. But some of y'all don't understand still. No defense, no bueno. I was like, man, could you get him out of the game? Yeah, he hits a good shot. Yes, great. Get him out now before somebody's scoring him again. Anyway, they need to go to the G League and learn the game. And they're going to. They both going to. Right now, we need to get Payne and or Shamet back. Then, these kids could go to the G League and get their jollies off and learn how to play the NBA game. But right now, we're struggling because defense, rebounding, turnovers. That's what it is. So now we got Milwaukee Friday at the Garden. Like I said, my biggest hope is that Precious Achiuwa is ready to play. If we can get him back, everything else could be the same. And I think we'll be in good shape, okay? Josh Hart fouled out last night. Yeah, there was some dumb calls, but listen here. Thibs will tell you first. You control what you can control. You cannot control the whistle. That's the refs. You got to play the game. Okay? And I'm a little concerned when people are... Josh got a tech last night because he was all yelling and stuff. It ain't time for that. We was up one until he got that tech. Then they tied it. It ain't time for that. Okay? We got to play the game. We don't control what the refs do. Just play the game. And I think they're going to get that. I think Thibs is going to let them know that if he didn't already. So Friday, we got Milwaukee. Defense, rebounding, low turnovers. Got to play smarter basketball. This team has too many high IQ players to not do that. And I believe they will. So this is what we got to do, man. And I hate Friday Night Knicks. I just hate it. So anyway, that song, the whole thing, I ain't watching the game Friday. I'm going to see it Saturday night. But they got to emphasize these areas. I hope Precious is back Friday. That's all we could do right now. Like I said, I don't expect a third bad game in a row from Brunson. He did not play Brunson style basketball, Brunson level. Last 2 games, he ain't really do it. So I'm hoping better from him. Cat is doing good. Like I said, he's not Rudy Gobert. He's not Mitchell Robinson. That's not his game. 34 points, 16 boards, 5 on the offensive end, 5 threes. That's about as good as you could get. If you can get that from him every night, you're good. Okay? So we just got to get everybody else around him stepping up their game. Both on the defensive end, the low turnover end. Okay? You got to step up your game. In the rebound, you got to step up your game. We got 6 boards out of Anunoby last night, 15 points, 6 boards. He's been shooting the ball well, but we need some more rebounding. And 2, biggest weakness in Mikal Bridges' game, the biggest weakness by far is rebound. He is not a rebounder. He is just not. That's just not his game. Okay? So he had 2 boards last night. That's about what you can expect from him. Okay? So we got to work with what we got. Like I said, Brunson, Hart, Deuce. They're gonna play. And last night Deuce did his part. Sims, he's gonna do what he do. We just need Precious back. That's what it is. We're gonna do what he do. He's showing what he is. Okay, so he's not an NBA All-Star. You ain't getting poop party. Believe me, it'd be worse because you'd be in foul trouble all the time, and they'd be shooting bonus all the time. So no, we don't need that. And then he don't know. He's a rookie. He don't know what's going on. So he's going to stick with what he know. That is Thibs. He knows Sims. Sims is going to be all right. But we need Precious back. That's the bottom line. Y'all enjoy your Thursday. Shalom.